Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today I will be talking about on how you could go ahead and fill out the W-4 IRS form if you have two jobs or if you are married. This is a step-by-step guide, so you should be able to follow easily. So I have my W-4 form right here. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave this form at the description box below. So, filing out a W-4 form is a big decision making because W-form directly affects the amount withheld on your paycheck and your potential tax refund. That said, it's a lot more than just adding your name and checking a few boxes in this form right here. You'll need to account for all the jobs that you have and for your spouse if applicable and desired. Plus, you should factor in any additional income, credit, and tax deduction available to you. So basically, what is a W-4 form? Internal Revenue Service Form W-4. It is the employer's withholding certificate and it is generally completed at the start of any job. This form tells your employer how much federal income tax withholding to keep from each paycheck. This form is crucial in determining your balance or refund each tax session. So to make it simple, W-4 form is basically given to you by your employer to fill out, and you fill out the form with the most recent information that you have. And what your employer then does do with that completed form is that he uses the information you put on the foreign W-4 and put it in their system payroll. Once it's in their payroll system, it calculates how much taxes are withheld on each of your paycheck. And that's why it's so important. So I suggest filling out the W-4 form whether there's a large life event, whether you have a new job, whether you have a child, or you get married, or some other life-changing events. I recommend that you fill out the W-4 form because those events can change how much taxes you owe by the end of the year. So without further ado, let's now fill up the W-4 form. For the first page, you have your personal info here. You have your first name. I'm just going to go ahead and type John. For the last name, we have Doe. And I'm also going to add some examples of the social security number right here. You have your address, the city or the zip code. And lastly, you have your status right here. You have the single or married filing separately, married filing jointly, or lastly, we have the head of household. In this tutorial, I'm just going to go ahead and choose the single one right here with two jobs. And for the second one, this is what we are going to be focusing on more. This is the step 2, multiple jobs or spouse works. For the first one, we have the use the estimator of the IRS W-4 website. It's this one right here. You could just go ahead and use their calculator if you want to, but we have a second option in the second step right here, which is the use the multiple jobs worksheet on page 3. This is actually included in the worksheet that we have right here, which is this one. So we are going to be talking about this later down the video. So to proceed, let's go ahead and browse through the page 3 right here. And you could see that this is the step 2B, multiple jobs worksheet. For the number 1, we have the two jobs section right here. And for the second one, we have the 3 jobs. So we are going to be talking about having multiple jobs. So let's first discuss the 2 jobs right here. For the first one, it is telling us to navigate through the appropriate table on page 4, as we can go ahead and see right here. And if we go ahead and browse through that page, we can then see all of this table. So for the first one, we have the married filing jointly or the qualifying surviving spouse. So if you want to use this table, you'd go through your spouse and your salary, and you want to go ahead and locate your highest salary right here, and you could just go ahead and pair that with your lowest salary. So for example, if my highest salary is around $50,000, I could just go ahead and look for the lowest salary that I have, which is around $20,000. So you could just go ahead and meet them both at the intersection right here. We have the 50,000 and we have the 20,000. So it's around this one right here, 3,420. But we are assuming that the taxpayer is single, so we are going to be depending on the second table right here. So let's just go ahead and do the same thing right here. Let's just say that I have the highest paying salary around 50,000, which is around right here. And let's say that my lowest salary is around $30,000, which is around here. So let's just go ahead and meet them at the answer section, and we will get this number right here, which is 5,360. So you want to go ahead and copy this number and just go ahead and put it to the step 2 right here. And there you go. You will then be able to proceed to the next step, which is the number 3. Enter the number of pay periods per year for the highest paying job. For example, if you have a job that pays weekly, enter 52. If the job pays every other week, just go ahead and enter 26. Well, let's just assume that this taxpayer gets paid every other week. So let's just go ahead and put 26 right here. And for the fourth one right here, we have the divide the annual amount of line 4 and line 3, which basically is 5,360 divided by 26. So let me go ahead and open up our calculator right here. 5,360 divided by 26, and then we'll have this number. So I'll just go ahead and copy this number, and I'll just put it right here. And if we go ahead and read this further, we could know that we have to enter this amount here in the step 4C. So let's go ahead and copy this amount, browse through step 4C, which is this one. So let's go ahead and put the step 4, which is also letter C. Let's go ahead and put that amount right here, and then we're now done with the second step, which is the multiple jobs. And for the third step right here, we have the claim dependent and other credits. Multiply the number of the qualifying children under 17 by $2,000. So let's say that this taxpayer has around 3 children, or maybe let's start with 1. So you want to go ahead and put 2,000 right here. And also you want to total that out inside the box right here, which is 2,000. But let's say that they have around 3 children. So we are going to add that 2,000 times 3 children, which is $6,000. So you want to go ahead and put that amount right here, $6,000. And we also have the second one, which is the multiply the number of the other dependents by $500. Maybe a parent, maybe you're taking care of your parents right here, so you want to go ahead and count them up. Let's say that you have $500 right here, and you could just go ahead and also total that out inside the box right here, which will come around $6,500. But let's say that this taxpayer doesn't have any children and doesn't have any other dependents right here. So let's just go ahead and erase everything inside and leave it at 0. For the fourth step, which is just optional, other income not from any jobs, if you want tax withheld from other income you expect this year that won't be having some withholding, enter the amount of other income here. This may include interest, dividends, and retirement incomes. Well, you could just go ahead and leave this empty because once again, this is completely optional. For the step 5, we have the employer signature. We have the employers only. You cannot go ahead and fill out this part right here. Go ahead and fill out the date, and there you go. You will then have the W-4 form filled out. So if this video has been helpful for you, please consider by liking and subscribing. I will make sure to see you again next time, and as always, thank you.